You're watching CTOM TV. Knowledge is power.
If we're trying to figure out what genetic tests, as if anybody out there actually tried to explore genetic testing on your own. Yes, a few of you sure have, because it's like the information is out there about how important it is, and yet this statistic here is kind of overwhelming. 7,000 genetic tests in the world right now. If you're not a molecular oncologist or a specialist in that particular field, or don't understand a lot about genetics and cancer, how do you even know where to start? Which test is going to be best, and how can you tell? Because of course every company thinks their test is the best. So what we're going to do today is walk you through some of the key things you need to be looking for in a test and why. So you're not just taking our advice, you're educated about what's most important, and you can go and take a look at each of the tests you might come across down the road and make sure they're ticking the most important boxes. So Alex, you go from here. There's the 3 key pieces. I've made a slide for each one of these. So let's start here with fusion genes. What the heck is that?
Yeah, so if you just want to back up to the previous slide, Michelle,
Sure.
I just wanted to
Yep.
mention. So typically, cancer is a disease of the DNA, and more specifically, a disease of the genes. And so DNA is sequestered into different components called genes. There's roughly 25,000 of those in our human genome, and they all get used for different purposes. Some never get used, some are turned on only in your embryo, and then others are turned on all throughout your life. Some are only turned on to replace tissue and grow. There's a variety of different things, different gene functions together, and they all work together. So in cancer, what happens is these genes get altered, and they get mutated and damaged. And there's a couple of different mechanisms. And so the mechanisms are really important, because the mechanisms that are causing the damage dictate how that gene is damaged, how it's going to function, and what drugs are going to be required to treat that person's cancer. And more importantly, what form of diagnostic tools are you going to need to use to detect that specific alteration? And so we're going to be covering 3 different types of molecular alterations that occur to genes. One of them is called fusion genes. The other is called mutations. And then the third one is going to be called overexpression.
Thank you for watching CTOM TV. Subscribe below and stay informed.